Well, hello there. You know, I've been thinking again. Gosh, that's a terrible thing. Yesterday was Sunday, so I sat around a lot and got to thinking. I was watching some stuff, reading some stuff. I got onto these electric cars and electric vehicles. There's some things that just didn't sound about right in what I was reading. And I got to thinking about all them acres and acres, thousands of acres of land that they're putting all them big solar panels up on to get all that sunshine trapped into batteries and into them electrical wires. And I was considering them big eyesores that they plant out all over everywhere. You know, them big old windmills they got. I guess there's a little bit of Don Quixote in me because them things, everybody talks about this environment stuff and all. I just don't see where them people that putting all that crap up actually care a darn about the environment. Boy, there's all kinds of them little critters, birds and everything that meet their demise thanks to that good stuff. I imagine even them desert tortoises, some of them lizards and stuff have a tough time around them solar farms. But anyhow, all the subsidies, I got into something that was talking about the subsidies and all that stuff. That got me to wondering on them EVs, them electric vehicles like them Teslas and them fancy General Motors things they're coming out with and them Ford things and all that. And them foreign makes coming in. You know, there's an extra 50 plus cents, some places I guess it's over $1, road use tax put on to fuel for cars, you know, gasoline and diesel. Now, that's quite a bit of money, and it don't give a hoot about the miles or anything. It's strictly about the tax on each gallon of fuel. Now, there are some of them vehicles out there that get 8, 9. Some of them big tractors, I guess, get 8, 9 miles to gallon. There's some of them cars out there that gets 45 miles to the gallon, I suppose. But it doesn't matter the fuel tax. You buy a gallon of gas or a gallon of diesel and you pay 78 cents in road use tax. And if you buy 10 gallons, you've paid $7.80 in road use tax. So that's pretty fair. You know, it's just everybody, how many gallons of fuel you use, you pay the tax on. Well, them EVs, I saw somewhere where they was charging them the cost of a kilowatt hour at those fancy goofy things they're putting up in parking lots to charge electric vehicles up. That's pretty good. That's like having a horse. You go to the grocery store and you go tether your car while you go in the grocery store. That's pretty good, I gotta admit. But I don't know. I pay about 14.5 or 15 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity in my abode here. And if somebody parks a car and pays 15 cents a kilowatt hour, that ain't fair. That's a vehicle. That's something out there that uses the road. It's got to pay them highway taxes. Why, that federal government, they're going to send some of them fancy new IRS people or something out with their guns and all to come get you. Now, it seems to me, if they want to be fair, I don't know how the mileage compares, but if you can only get 500 miles out of a charge of full charge on a battery, seems to me that 500 miles ought to have about the same 500 mile tax on it that fuel, that internal combustion engine just used going down the road alongside of you. So if that car uses, say 10 gallons of gas to go X amount of miles, and that 10 gallons of gas costs that $7.80 worth of road tax, well, that EV that just went that same distance ought to be paying that same $7.80 for that, at least, for that road use tax. Now, if that makes that kilowatt hour cost 78 cents more, so it's up there in the 90-cent, 92-cent range per kilowatt hour, that always sounds fair, don't it? Yeah, well, good luck with that. Taxpayers, us taxpayers, we're subsidizing them people driving them fancy all electric vehicles down the road. I imagine we're going to be subsidizing that for quite a while. We've subsidized all them, if you get to looking at it, we've subsidized all of them solar panels and windmills and everything else they put up, and they ain't going to make no money back off of when they have to recycle them things, because they're going to play like everybody else. They're just going to bury that stuff out here somewhere. Boy, them rich guys, they really got it going, don't they? Yeah, them, but all the bats and the birds and the eagles and whatevers that get killed by them windmills and all them little critters, that their whole lifestyle gets messed up by all them big solar panels out there on 1,000 square acres of soil somewhere out in, they call it the desert. Well, there's a lot of critters live out in that desert that just got all messed up thanks to that stuff. So if you want to talk environment, you better talk something besides trying to save your butt from that CO2 stuff they're all crying about, because that ain't your big worry. You get to researching some, and you find out, well, all this activity going on Mars. Mars is coming alive, they say. Some kind of a thing went into one of them big gas bag planets, and they're worried it's going to blow up or something. They're planning on the sun going into a micronova of some kind here not too long. Yeah, you better start looking at what them scientists are saying and quit listening to them politicians and their buddies. All I ever say is read, pay attention, study, think, find out for yourself. Don't let somebody tell you all there. Feed you that big line of malarkey. Well, I guess that'll get me in trouble. So, y'all have a good day. Talk to you later.